Hi Bonaire Middle School band students, I'm Mr. Wes, and today we are starting our annual fall fundraiser kickoff. Now, I know it's completely different this year as I'm coming to you virtually through our YouTube channel. I hope you all are staying safe and having a great start to your school year. Like I mentioned, today we're starting our annual fundraiser. All of you are going to get a packet that looks like this today. And inside of that packet is the contents of how we are going to have a successful fundraiser. Now, I know that our numbers are drastically different this year, but our goals are still the same. With every fundraiser that I do at my middle school fine arts level, we try to raise at least $5,000 in profit. Now, we'll be able to do that with you students participating and doing just a little bit of a fair share to help us reach that goal. If you think about it, we need each student here in the Bonaire Middle School band program to sell 5 items. Mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, aunts, uncles, people like that to help support you. Now, inside of that packet that looks like this, we have a brochure this fall that looks like this. It is called Friends and Family. Now, this is a little bit different than what we ran last spring. There's still cookie dough in it. The cookie dough is a huge favorite of everybody. We have added 2 new flavors for this fall. You have the pumpkin roll and then also the red velvet cookie dough, which red velvet cake, my favorite cake, it's a phenomenal cookie dough. But the cookies are still really great quality, and it's all name brand. So all of our chocolate chips are Hershey's chocolate chips. All the peanut butter is done with Reese's peanut butter. All the M&Ms are real M&Ms. We have Cinnabon cookie dough. We have a lot of different things. Now, this brochure, to me, 6th, 7th, and 8th graders, is really great because it's a shopper. It gives people the opportunity. Maybe people don't want to purchase cookie dough, or maybe your brother or sister selling cookie dough at the elementary. So it gives people the choice. There's cookie dough, there's cheesecakes, there's wrapping paper, chocolates and candies. They've added some just t-shirts. These little backpacks have been huge. They're called Kedsies. But there's a lot of different things in here that people can purchase to help support your band program. Things range from $12 to around $30, so people can shop and hopefully find 1 or maybe even 2 items that they'd like to purchase to help support you. Now, that is one way that we can help with the fundraiser is in-person ordering. You've got this catalog and you have your order sheet. These 2 things go together, boys and girls. You take your orders from this catalog and you will put them on this order sheet. Okay, so anything from this catalog, it gets put on this order sheet. You bring this order sheet in at the end of the fundraiser. Now, another way, students, that we can help with this fundraiser, which here in COVID-19 has been really successful at a lot of my schools, is our online store. Okay, we have the ability for you to create an account, and by creating that account, you can blast out those messages to family, friends, relatives, even students that may have previously been in the band program. Maybe they're learning from home virtually. They can help support the band program from home. Maybe you also grew up somewhere else other than Houston County. Maybe you didn't even grow up in Georgia. You have a grandma that lives in Texas. Grandma in Texas can purchase things, get them shipped directly to her home, and the Bonaire Middle School Band Program will receive credit. Now, there's only 2 important numbers that you really need to know, boys and girls, in order to make that a success. Okay, the first number that we need is found on your parent letter. I don't have an example of your parent letter here in front of me, but I do know your 4-digit code. It's already in your packet, your parent letter, but the 4-digit code for Bonaire Middle School Band Program is 2775. So that's going to be the first number that's important. Now, that's important because anything tied to that number, students, we make sure that Bonaire Middle School Band receives the credit for that. Also, you need what's called a student ID in the registration form, and that is 7 digits in red ink in the top left of your order sheet. That is your student ID. That allows you to create personal messaging from that, but also, most importantly, you receive the credit from an incentive standpoint, which I'll be talking about in a little bit. So those are the 2 main ways that we're going to be able to help Bonaire Middle School Band this fall. You have the in-person ordering from this catalog, which is called Friends and Family, just the big shopper, and then you have the online store that has hundreds of other items that people can purchase to help support the program. Now, again, our goal, boys and girls, is to make at least $5,000 in profit. If we could get every single one of you to sell just 5 items, we would be able to achieve that. On average, it's $8 to $9 in profit per item. I think Ms. Williams told me that we have a little over 100, maybe 115 or so students. So doing those numbers, that's about 500 or so items sold in the fundraiser at $8 to $9 in profit. So that puts us right there on that cusp of making $5,000 in profit. So do your fair share, sell your 5 items, and help us reach our goal. Okay? Now, students, if you're a 6th grader, you did not get to experience the prize program last year. 7th and 8th graders that are returning, I've had a lot of success with this fundraising incentive program. A lot of other fundraisers, you're going to get those little junky toys and they're going to break within about a couple of minutes. I keep it with food, money, technology, and things like that. So if you sell 5 items in this fundraiser, you will receive a pop socket. Now, I have tons of different pop sockets. I think they were really, really huge with you students in the band last year. I got Supreme ones, Batman, Pokemon, Mario. I've got a ton of girly ones. I've got a lot of just options that you can choose from. I have a big box, and with COVID going on, I'll probably, for all the students to sell 5, I'll just leave that in the band room after the fundraiser's over, and you guys will be able to pick whatever you want, okay? Now, if you sell 12 items in the fundraiser, little caveat, we're gonna have to kind of figure it out, but I've always catered Chick-fil-A lunch to the school for all my students who sold 12 items. If we can't bring off-campus lunch to Bonaire Middle School this year, that's okay. For all the students that sell 12 items, we're just gonna do a $10 Chick-fil-A gift card then. That'll at least allow you to get a meal and maybe a milkshake and some other stuff as well. So 12 items is going to be that Chick-fil-A gift card or Chick-fil-A on campus. Now, if you sell 25 items in the fundraiser, this is one of my favorite things because I love to create gear for you guys. So what we'll do for all the students who sell 25 is we'll create a pullover that looks something like this. It'll have your school colors. It's kind of a little bit of a heavier fleece this year. You may see some of the 7th graders or 8th graders having these going around. Hasn't been quite cool enough yet, but you will. They look really cool, the ones we designed last year for all those students that sold 25 items. So we'll put the Bonaire logo here, and then you can customize the back, and we'll put either your last name, your nickname, or whatever you want on the back shoulder. That's at 25 items sold. Now, keep in mind, as you're going up this prize chart, which we'll pass that out to you today in class as well, as you're going up that, whatever level you sell to, you win that incentive and the stuff below it. So a lot of you may just want to sell 25 items to get that pullover. You would get the pullover, you would get that Chick-fil-A, and you would get the pop socket. Now, the next level is at 50 items sold. If you sell 50 items, you're going to get $100 in cash, okay? So if you sell 50 items, you're gonna get $100 in cash. And then at the top level is a 100 items sold in the fundraiser. If you sell 100 items in the fundraiser, I will let you choose between Apple AirPod Pros or $200 in cash. Now, some of you may already have AirPods. Some of you may be like, well, Mr. West, Apple comes out with new stuff every September. If they come out with new AirPods here in September, I will get you that pair of AirPods versus the AirPod Pros. It's really whatever you want. I believe, students, in rewarding hard work, and if you sell 100 items, you're working really, really hard for yourself, but also to help your band program. So I hope you all enjoy the incentives again this year. Good luck with helping us reach our $5,000 in profit goal, and do your fair share and sell your 5 items. Thank you, Bonaire Middle School, so much. I love working with you guys. I hope you guys stay safe, and I hope you have a great rest of your fall. Thank you all so much, and I hope you all have a wonderful